I recently received an interesting measurement question, and I thought I'd make a video out of it because it reminded me of something that I do in the aerospace industry. This question comes from M.N. Minsk from Noster. And he writes, do you have any calibrated body parts? Sounds weird, but I know my pointer fingernail is a 1/2 inch. First pointer finger joint is 1 inch. Second joint is 2 inch. Fingertip to knuckle is 4 inches. Extended thumb tip to pointer fingertip is 7 inches. And spread thumb tip to pinky tip is 9 inches. With the combination between these two hands, I can get a pretty accurate measurement, or I can get pretty accurate measurements pretty quickly. That's an interesting question, and I loved it. First, that's a lot of utility out of your hand getting measurements. You have to be in some sort of field, or like trim carpentry or tile laying or something. I'd be interested to know further what your line of work is, or if this is just something you know. And also you use the word calibrated, and that's kind of a word, at least in America, that's really pretty specific to measurement and quality and all that kind of stuff. So I'm curious what you actually do for a living. But I love this question, and it reminded me of something that I did. And I work in a jet engine overhaul facility. And so they break down used jet engines that reach a certain time limit, and they tear them apart and they inspect the parts that they clean up and all that, and that they get to be able to reuse. If they meet certain specifications, we can reuse them. So one thing, if you have a part, some parts can't have scratches in them. So if you have a scratch that's too deep, then it can cause the part to catastrophically fail under load and operating conditions. So I worked in MRB, which is Material Review Board, for a certain engine. And often I would go down there to evaluate scratches. And I knew that if a certain scratch can be under 0.010 of an inch deep. And so what I would do, this is my calibrated body part, I would take my thumbnail and I'd rub the edge over the scratch. And if I caught the scratch, or if I could feel the scratch, then I knew that that scratch was over 0.003 of an inch or so deep. Now it's not perfect, so it was just kind of just to kind of get a feel, so to speak, for the depth of the scratch, so I can send it to the measurement labs to get officially measured. But at least I would know, hey, it falls in this category. And if I knew that if I didn't catch that scratch, then I kind of knew that it was below 0.003. And a lot of times that would be a scratch that would pass. So that's what I would use. And it's similar to what they use in official measurement. They would use what's called a ball scribe. And a ball scribe is an instrument with like a handle, like a pencil or so, with a ball end, and that certain ball end has a certain diameter, and so they would use that. If you feel it, you'd rub it over a scratch, and if you felt it, then you would absolutely, you could know that that scratch was a certain depth or around a certain depth. And that is actually an official measurement for aerospace, is the ball scribe. So that's what I use, and I hope it can help someone, you know, in MRB or wherever. You know, use your thumb. You can tell measurements down to you know, 3/1000ths of an inch, which is a pretty small measurement in some fields. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like or subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.